Hello everyone, it's Tatedevil coming at you with a ban list prediction video. We are just freshly into January, which means it should be about time for a brand new TCG ban list. OCG's gotten theirs, OCG Asian English, I believe, has gotten theirs as well, and a lot of changes have happened, and I want to give a rough prediction of what I think is plausible. So all down here, I've got some ideas for what we could be seeing, and I have several categories. Obviously, banned, limited coming from the banned section, limited coming from the unlimited section, semi limited, unlimited, and cards that I don't think should or are going to get touched. And you're going to see no floodgates on this list, and that's because every floodgate belongs up here. The only one that can maybe be debated is Droll, but that's a different conversation entirely. But every floodgate, shifter, Teakboo, goes in, all of them belong up here. So that's why they're not here, just to like make this look nice and clean. But without further ado, let's just start. So, first off, number one card that I think needs to be banned, Herald. This card is just so good, being a floodgate, searcher, and omni negate. This card does everything. They honestly should just much like they're doing with the Link 3 Halka Firebrax, they should just make like a new Herald that just has the function to search ritual spells or monsters. They should do that, but if they do that, I think that's the main thing they need to do to stop uh, the bridge between Yummy and Mitsurugi. I like Mitsurugi and I like Yummy. I don't like them combined. I think they are too strong together. But also, while we're on the topic of bridges, Zombie Vampire is an extremely good bridge for Mitsurugi. It's how Mitsurugi could go into Yummy and theoretically every deck. Milling four cards from both people is really strong, and you're almost always guaranteed to hit something you need to get going into your other side of the deck. But I think these are the two that mainly need to do. And I I think this would be like an okay hit for, I mean, not okay, it'd be an amazing hit for Yummy that wouldn't kill the deck. So if they wanted to hit it a little bit more, I would say, I know they did this in the OCG ban list, but I don't think that's needed. I think honestly, mm, I think Snatcher going to two is possible. I don't think Marshmallow is going to be on here purely because it's so new. It's like the most expensive card of Doom. It's like still like 50 or $40 last I checked. And Cupsy, even though I think it should go here, it will probably not get hit. But this is my main prediction for what's gonna do, what's gonna happen to Yummy. But anyways, Dracotel. I think Dracotel is by far the healthiest deck of the format. It's not too oppressive. It is honestly damn fun to play. This is what I've been playing a lot in the TCG. I've been pairing it with the new branded stuff, and I think the deck is perfectly fine. But they should hit it just to like bring it in line. And an Arthalion semi is probably what they're going to do. I'm thinking they're not going to hit any of the Justice Hunters decks too hard, except for a couple of cards. Actually, no, one main card, this little fucker right here. But I could see Arthalion going to two, maybe to one, but two is what I'm sitting at. And maybe also putting Rahu to two is good. I firmly believe Flamina is a very healthy card for the game. A quick effect fusion for Dragon or Spellcasters is perfectly good, but so I think the branded fusion of the deck's probably good for a semi. Bring it in line with the actual branded fusion, and I guess Ketu could go to semi, but I would don't think it is. Also, just ban this card. You can ban every card that it can combo with and make that and do that, but there's always going to be another one. Time and time again, what's the new one? Idol of the whatever. They could ban that one. People will find a new one. Just get rid of the problem card. Aubrey probably should have put the Divine Princess Conquieri, actually. Okay, there we go. I just added this to the tier list real quick because this card also needs to be banned. Any card that gives stuff to your opponents, just ban them. They're always going to be broken. And I guess this also is a nice bridge into the canine. The most controversial of the Justice Hunters decks. And while I do think Ripper should eventually end up either here or here, I could maybe see going to here, but realistically, it's probably going to be unhit. Jokul is the thing that does need to go to limited. This card being able to summon any level 5 from hand is a bit ridiculous. And it's also searching a monster, so it gets you to Azuna as well. Lantern at least makes you target a canine in your graveyard. This is just any 5. I could also, to end off canine, I could see them summoning Noroi. Maybe, but I'm going to leave it because I think it's possible. Anyways, now on to the Mitsurugi. Pre-prep I could see going to 1 following what the OCG does, because that's typically pretty common. Habakiri I don't think is going to get hit, but I don't like the design of Habakiri. All they needed to do to make this card fair was put a ritual lock on it, but it's not going to happen. There's more Mitsurugi stuff coming in the structure deck with it, and it's going to be a while, but I hate to say it, I would like to see Habakiri end up here at some point. I just think it's too good. Like, everything is going into Mitsurugi, kind of like how everything was going into Fiendsmith back in the height of Fiendsmith, but Habakiri, I think, is not going to get hit. Prayers, I would like to see go to 1, and I think there is like decent logic. This makes you have to play the other quick play, Magmata, I think it is, which is significantly not as bad or not as good as this. It is a much worse version of this. It does give you the effect for another ritual summon, but I think this is what should happen for Mitsurugi, and I think it's like fairly likely. We were the TCG was the first people to receive Mitsurugi, and Mitsurugi, however you pronounce it. But we were the first to receive it, so I think we'll probably be the first to hit it. And as much as I think Habakiri should go this way, it's not going to get hit. I think we'll also be following the trend of banning a Malice Link monster. It seems like this is the one that people are mostly banishing, which makes sense. It's the spell trap search. No, it just searches spells, right? It's the spell trap searcher. No, it just searches spells. What am I on about? But this is just the searcher of the extra deck. It doesn't make the deck unplayable, as we've seen in Master Duel, but I assume TCG will just follow this design. Now for, Dryden, I think is just going to go to another copy. Now for stuff coming off of the ban list. I'm going to begin with Snow. Fairy Tale is getting more cards, and I feel like it's just foreshadowing the return of Snow. Banishing 7 for a Book of Moon, I think, is okay. And I don't see a world in which they release that Fairy Tale support without unbanning Snow. Electromite. This card's perfectly fine. I don't know why the TCG is so scared of this card. Pendulums are like never going to be really explored or respected because people just don't like the design of them, which I think the DDD support showed that you can do almost anything with a pendulum, and people just don't care, which is unfortunate because there are a lot of gold pendulums. And I think this card should be legal just to give them a little bit more help. Anyways, Meow Moo. Prank Kids is like okay. I think this going to one is not going to make it like significantly better. I'm willing to be wrong about it, but I do not think I'm going to be. And this last one is an interesting choice. I have the same logic behind Snow for this. I think TCG is the only format that has Verte banned, or no, I think OCG has a like one. But I think this card is going to come back because it's been a reveal that we're getting more Predaplant support, and I could totally see this being brought back to one to give that a little bit more of a boost. But the support's so good, it might not even need it. And this card, I wasn't playing the game at the time this card was around. From what I understand, it was mainly just used in a combo where you would end on Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, and like that's fine. It's like not going to win games on its own, but it's good. And I assume these three are just going to come back to three. Shavar has been slowly making his way back, and these two to help Dragon Link, I'm assuming. But these are all the changes I feel like decently confident on. Again, there's maybe some argument that Ripper's going to go to one, but I don't see it. I think this, if I have to pick a ban list, minus Floodgates and stuff, this is what I'm saying. I don't know if we're going to be getting the Ash semi yet. I feel like they could be waiting on that until the second ban list of the year. But but this is all just speculative. And I mean, there are some personal bias, but there's also a lot of I think is like fine game design. Eh, these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments, and hopefully I'll be doing a balanced reaction soon.